Hare Krishna, everyone, and welcome back once again to our ongoing series on the glories of our most beloved Sri Vrindavan Dham. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pashtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pastrata Deshatarane. All glories to Sri Prabhupada. So we're continuing with our series on stimulation for ecstatic love, and this will be part 132, in which we will continue our discussions on Srimati Radharani's dress and attire, in particular today, her veil. Her veil. But I would like to begin with a beautiful prayer by the Vaishnava poet Madhavadas to Sri Rupa Goswami and the saints of Braj. It's so nice. He writes, I have devoted myself to the lotus feet of the Rasik devotee named Rupa Goswami, who is my only savior. Because of this, the trees of my hopes always stay green. Remembering my Guru, I feel overjoyed day and night. Through his vision, my eyes see and relish the ultimate beauty of his divine form. O my friend, always pray that the saints will not become offended by us, because if they are offended, then even the living body will remain dead. O my friend, the path of divine love and service is rare, and one should walk this path courageously, because one cannot reach his destination by sitting at home. I am never required to go door to door for anything, for I am a servant at Sri Rupa's doorstep, where my chadar is always filled with all that I need. One who takes full shelter of the names of the holy saints never sinks in the deep water of the sea. Madhava says, may I serve the saints of Braj, who save the fallen and help them to cross over the ocean of miseries. Wow. Hare Krishna. So, about Radharani's veil. The saint Bhattadev Acharya, a well-known Acharya in the Nimbarka Sampradaya, writes in a composition he wrote of 100 poems. I found it within. O Mother, when will I behold the red veil of Sri Radha and the green shawl of Krishna flowing in the air and wiping out my ignorance? It will give solace to my eyes when I see them both standing under a tree, hiding from the rain, all wet in love for each other. Sri Bhatta says, of the veil, the shawl, the sari, the chadar, the bodhis, and the dhoti, there was nothing left, including their hearts, which was not drenched in the rain of love. Thank you to that poet. So, the following pastime, written by a Vaishnava poet named Maduri Das, is known as Taravali, meaning the multitude of sparkling stars. Such a nice pastime. One day, Sri Radha and her gopis were playing a game of hide and seek, and the gopis approached Sri Radha and said, "O Radhe, today's weather is very pink." That was described. Today's weather is very pink, like a blossoming rose flower in your garden. Our desire is that you please play a game of hide and seek with us today. But this time, you will have to find us, and so we gopis will be hiding from you. So Sri Radha replied, "O dear gopis, you all live in my heart. Even if you hide from me, my heart will show the way to you." I love that. Even if you hide from me, my heart will show the way to you. So the gopis said, "O Priya," means dear one, "you are the personification of kindness. Please find us now like you find the lost souls of Vrindavan." Wow. Please find us now like you find the lost souls of Vrindavan. And with that, all the gopis took off their ankle bells so that no sound would be heard while they were hiding. And one gopi stayed back, and with her hands, she covered Sri Radhika's eyes, while all the other gopis found their spots for hiding themselves. Then Sri Radha started looking for the gopis, but initially she was not able to find any of them. Eventually she got so tired from searching, it said, that she started asking the trees and vines where her friends were. She said, "O Malati," the flowering vine, "tell me, where is my Vishaka? Where has my dear Vishaka hid herself? O Madhavi, please tell me where my heart and soul, Lalita, has gone. O Vashanti, please tell me, where has my Rangadevi gone? O Brajabhumi, lead me to the footprints of my dear gopis. They are like my life heirs and the water of the vine of my hopes." Wow. And the water of the vine of my hopes, her friends. So a long time passed, and unable to find any of her girlfriends, Sri Radha sat down exhausted on a rock. Then suddenly she noticed a dark shadow hiding behind a pilu bush, and thinking it to be Lalita, she ran towards the shadow, crying out, "I found the shelter of my life. I found you, oh Lalita." But the moment she said that, she saw that was actually Krishna, the first one, Krishna. So she came forward. So Krishna came forward and embraced Sri Radha and took her to, it's described, a dense kunja near Varshana, where it's described the aroma of jasmine flowers spread all around, and the moon was in its full glory. Wow, what a setting. And in that kunja, Sri Radha saw that actually all her gopis were sitting down wearing silken white dresses. Some were fanning, some were waving whisks, some were showering flowers, and it's described others were singing and dancing. But in the middle of everyone, Shamashunda Krishna winked at Lalita with a message to bring a special set of clothes for Sri Radha. He winked at Lalita. And, just by winking, she got the point. Bring a set of clothes for Sri Radha. So Lalita Sakya went and bought a dress, which is described, it was made of black silk, on which were embroidered stars that twinkled. Wow, in your mind's eye, think like that. A black silk dress embroidered with stars that twinkled. And it looked so real, it's described, that the stars in the sky started feeling embarrassed, that their shine was less than the stars on the veil of Sri Radha. Ooh, this is absolute truth, absolute reality. And Sri Radha's face, it's described, looked like a full moon surrounded with countless twinkling stars in the dark sky. So Krishna said to her, "O Sri Radhe, your beautiful face is giving the nectar of life to all the planets and the stars in the sky. The veil of your mercy showers grace on all the goddesses in the higher planets. The charm of your beautiful face is the glory of all planetary systems. Your veil holds the sky and all the stars." Wow. Her veil holds the sky and all the stars. On your veil, you carry thousands of tears of love, which themselves sparkle like stars. In the group of star-like gopis, you are the moon, my dear. In the group of star-like Braja gopis, you are the moon, my dear. The whole Brajamandala is the sky of love, in which the twinkling, jewel-like stars are your beloved gopis. You are the moon of bliss and pleasure, and I am the dark cloud that hides the moon from evil eyes. The poet Maduri says, "And I am the dwarf servant who stays on the ground but wants to touch the high rising moon in the sky. And I know one day, by the mercy of my Guru, I will be able to attain the star and the moon of Braja, Shyam and Shama." One day I will be able to attain the star and the moon of Braja, Sham and Shama. Wow, Sham and Shama. Hare Krishna. Now, I'm doing a lot of poets today because they just stir the heart with devotional feelings. The poet Govindaswami writes the following. One day, Sri Radha was very sad because she was not able to decide which veil she should wear to meet Krishna near Govindakund that afternoon. And seeing her sad, she couldn't decide which veil, seeing her sad, Rangadevi took Sri Radha to a treasure house where countless very rare veils were hanging on ropes. Sounds like one of those special treasure houses that Vrinda Devi arranges all around Vrindavan. So in that treasure house were countless veils, and they were all hanging on beautiful, actually silken ropes. So Rangadevi said, Sri Radha, please choose one of these beautiful veils for your meeting with your Lord. So she said, look at this one. It's called Indra Danushi. Indra Danushi, the rainbow veil of yours under which you saw Krishna for the first time. And look at this one. It's called Chitta Bangimi, the veil painted with designs of peacocks and swans. Wearing this veil, you had your first dream of Krishna in the forest. And do you remember this one, the veil called Mana Damini? Wearing this veil, you conquered your man, your anger, with Krishna. And have a look at this one called Subhagya Vardhan, the veil of increasing fortune, which was given to you by Durvasa Muni to please Krishna. All these veils. And see this one, Prema Saheli, the lover friend veil, which was gifted by Lalita to you for your secret meeting with Krishna. Different veils for different rasas and different moods. And Sri Radha, do you see this one? Vanshi Modini, the flute thief veil, in which you hid the stolen flute from Krishna. Wow, hid the flute in her veil. And do you remember this sacred one, Duraba Odhani, the rarest veil of all, which you got from the goddess Sandhya, the wife of the sun god? While wearing it, you became invisible to the Brajabasis whenever you wanted to meet Krishna in the daytime previously. And look at this one, Mamta Odhani, the veil of motherly love, which was gifted to you by Mother Yasoda for making food for Krishna for the very first time in her kitchen. Special veil just for that occasion. And have a look at another one, Pushpa Latika, the flower-filled veil. Wearing this one, you roamed around the garden of Braj with Krishna. And just see here, Sri Radha, the golden embroiled veil, Survarnika. And this veil here, Shama Mala, the dark one, and Maidani, the softest of all veils. Radha, look here, Kara Dhanika, the longest of all veils, and Vamanika, the shortest of all veils. See here, Ulasa Nika, the lightest of all veils, and Guru Banika, the heaviest of all veils. Which one do you want to choose? What about Mandanika, the floral veil, or Vatanika, the veil with a mantra written on it? How about Kumadika, the lotus printed veil, or Vadinika, the veil with many ornaments hanging from it? I like Navaratnika, she said. I like Radha Natika, a veil embroidered with 9 gems. Or how about Tara Manika, a twinkling star veil. This is pure nectar. Love is in the details. See here, Jal Sutta, a pearl embroidered veil. And oh, look at Naga Panika. Naga Panika, a veil embedded with stones manifested from the hoods of rare snakes. Or Mukta Sarika, a veil embedded with pearl-like gems manifested from the foreheads of very old elephants. And Sri Radha, what about Chandanika, a veil with sandalwood fragrance, or a sandalwood paste-colored veil? It's got two meanings there. Maybe this Vasshalika veil, a white veil. Or how about Anuraga veil, a red veil? Maybe Jwala Kanika, a crimson veil? Or how about Hari Yali Lila, it's a tongue twister, Hari Yali Lila, a lush green veil. Or Vilasini, a silver veil. Maybe Anusharini, a yellow veil. She said, Popati, a veil with parrots painted on it. How about that one for your meeting today? However, Sri Radha, my favorite is Namavali, a veil with 100,000 names of Krishna written on it. So after pondering all these choices, because she wanted to get the best to please her Krishna, Radha chose the last one, which Rangadevi liked the most, Namavali, a veil with 1,000 names of Krishna written on it. And after placing it over her face, she wore it, it's described, very gracefully, and looked like part of the grand procession of Indra and his subjects in heaven. And when the lifter of Govardhan, Sri Krishna, witnessed Sri Radha in this beautiful veil, he lost control and fell into Sri Radha's arms. Looks like she picked the right one. It goes on. The poet Govinda sings the glories of the divine couple now and forever. That's how he concludes. The poet sings the glories of the divine couple now and forever. And so should we. And now we have material to contemplate on, to sing as a stimulation for ecstatic love. So, wow, this is one of my favorite talks, actually. So let us conclude today with some verses from the Brahma Vaivarta Purana, from the section called Shri Krishna Janma Kanda, entitled The Glory of Sri Radha's Name. The glories of Sri Radha's name. That Shastra states. Krishna's, actually Lord Shiva is speaking here. Simply by vibrating the sound Ra, Shri Krishna's ecstatic jubilation fully blooms. Simply upon hearing the sound Da, Shiva says, he chases after the chanter with great enthusiasm. Let me recite that. This is Shiva speaking about the glories of Radha's name. Shiva says, simply by vibrating the sound Ra, Shri Krishna's ecstatic jubilation fully blooms. Simply by hearing the sound Da, he, Krishna, chases after the chanter with great enthusiasm. Wow, Radha. It goes on. Now, Lord Krishna is proclaiming, the moment I hear the sound Ra from anyone's lips, I grant them my supreme prem bhakti. But the next moment when I hear the sound Da, I completely lose myself and become intoxicated in Radha Nam. Because of my great longing to hear the name of my beloved, I run after the devotees who chant Radha Nam, Radha's name. Hare Krishna. One more. The holy name of Radha is fully accomplished in perfection as follows. The syllable Ra denotes dhana, bestowal of a gift. The syllable Da indicates nirvana, liberation. Thus she who mercifully bestows liberation into the eternal kingdom of painlessness is called Radha. Description of the spiritual world. Into the eternal kingdom of painlessness is called Radha. Hare Krishna Prabhu, this was pure nectar today, all these wonderful details. So I'm in China right now, traveling the length and breadth of this country, meeting so many wonderful devotees and having our programs, little small, we can't get too big here yet, but it is big, but we have to meet in small groups. It's wonderful seeing the devotion of these Chinese devotees and sharing with them also some of the details of Sri Vrindavan Dham. So be here another 3 weeks. So nevertheless, we'll study and present another lecture by Srila Prabhupada's grace to you next week. Shri Shri Gauranitai ki, Shri Shri Krishna Balaram ki, Shri Shri Radha Shama Sundar ki, Vrindavan Eshwari Shrimati Radharani ki, Mayapur Dham Gauranitai, Shri Krishna Sankirtanya ki, Nitai Gaur Premanandi, Jai Jai Sri Sri Radhe Shyam. Glories to Shri